and we're going to talk about today the new Scottish Open winners, Trackman figures with his driver. So we had the pleasure last week, we got invited to the TaylorMade SLDR birthday, first year birthday, and on one of the clinics Justin Rose was there. So he's won back-to-back now. He's won at Congressional and he won at the Scottish Open, and he's been using the TaylorMade 430 SLDR driver, so slightly smaller head. And we had the pleasure last week of seeing him hit some on Trackman. He hits it really well. I mean, amazingly well. You could kind of tell that he was so confident with the driver, in a big gallery around him, but he was, I mean, not that that puts these guys off, obviously, but he was just bombing it down there. And very tight first hole at Trump International, and he was absolutely bombing it down there. So if we look at some of the figures that TaylorMade and the guys from their custom fitting section have actually sent us. This is actually from one of the tour fitters who sent me this over, so it's really nice of him. And this was on the 9th of July, so only a few days before the actual Scottish Open started. So we've got a selection of 10 shots here, and if we have a look at some of the figures. So I'm going to throw up the grid first, the main grid, and we look across that details there. We've got, you know, the club head speed in the first column, averaging at 114.7 miles per hour. That's pretty good, you know, so that's why he's got the Matrix Ozic black tie shaft, and that shaft must suit his club head speed the best. Got ball speed almost getting into the 170s. A couple of them did get into the 170s when he really jumped all over it, but getting very, very kind of high 160s numbers, which is fantastic. He uses the TaylorMade Tour Preferred golf ball as well, the normal version. If you've not seen my What's in the Bag with Justin Rose, you can check that out on my channel as well, guys. I've just done some figures on that. Smash factor, that's an interesting one. So this is the efficiency of the golf ball coming off the club face. So let's say you hit the golf ball at 100 miles per hour with the club head, and the ball comes off at 140 miles per hour. That would be 1.4 smash factor, 1.40. So it's a ratio on that. What the guys always in the specs say that the best smash factor you can ever get is 1.52. That's apparently the best smash factor you can ever get. So Justin Rose here is getting some fantastic smash factor. His average is 1.46. So he's got a pretty decent smash factor there, 1.46, pretty close to that 1.5 optimum that you can get. Launch angle, a little bit lower than what I expected it to be. So he's lofted up recently to 10.5 with his driver, and he's launching it a little bit higher than that, 12.5. So, I mean, quite a lot of them in the low numbers, I must admit. Quite a lot are in the kind of, I would say only a couple of those have averaged that 12.5. I would say looking over them, if we just took a couple of those out, that launch angle would be almost close to 11. So I reckon a couple of these ones where he's hit a bit higher, you know, 16-degree launch, it's actually got a better performance, but I would say the average is a little lower. So then we go on to spin rate, which is the next column across. So the SLDR driver, you know, they boast about it being low spinning. I would say, again, a couple of bad ones has caused this average of the spin rate to go up. It's averaging at 2,578 over 10 shots. So it's not horrendous, you know, it's not the end of the world, but I think it's a little bit higher than what you would normally get. If we took a couple of the bad ones out, we would see a big difference on that. Carry distance. So this is one that I was quite impressed with first off. When he was just hitting it, you know, tickling it away, not really trying to do much with it, he was carrying it in the in the high 270s or getting into the 280s quite comfortably. When he started to jump on it, and when he got the right angle and the right spin, he was getting into 290s, 294, I think his best carry distance was there. 296, sorry, is his best carry distance, but it came out as an average at 285.4, so it's pretty decent spin rate still. Carry distance. Landing angle is the descent angle, so 40-degree on the way down. So when it lands, that's going to roll out quite a bit. It's going to get a first big kick and then shoot off. You never want it to land too straight down. And also, if it's coming in too flat, that kind of means really that you've not had the right trajectory when you've hit the golf ball. So around that 40 mark, 45-degree angle coming down, it's going to have the right rainbow effect to the flight. And when it lands, it's going to kick forward as well. Total distance. So this is a prediction on Trackman. So Trackman's quite clever in the way it actually measures the golf ball. So this is not super close data. This is the way he was hitting it on that tee on that day. This was the first tee at Trump International. He hit quite a lot of shots. The total distance was 306 yards of carry total distance, 306. So it's pretty big. You know, he's not the longest hitter on tour, but with his big long levers, his tall height, and obviously his efficiency in the way he hits the golf ball, he can obviously get it out there. And when he really cranks it up, his furthest one was 314 total distance, 314 a total distance. Then we've got some other bits of information. You know, I'm going to leave those up on screen for you to have a look at. You know, your launch direction, your attack angle. So he's attacking it at 0.8, so slightly on the way up, only slightly. Spin loft, you know, 13.5. You know, all this other data I'm going to leave on screen for you. The one that I thought was quite interesting was the hang time. So the ball stayed up in the air for 7.23 seconds. So that ball's up in the air for an awful long time, 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That ball's in the air for all that time. It's a long, long time in the air. What was then very interesting, if we go on to the actual flights of the golf shot, we see some really nice rainbow shots going on. His dispersion right to left was very tight. He very rarely hits it massively offline. If we go on to the final image, which is the dispersion, you know, it's a very tight dispersion for a driver, certainly one that's going at 300 yards total distance. So these are all the carry spots here. So I mean, he's hitting it amazing. Obviously, that's why he's gone on to be so successful at the Scottish Open at Royal Aberdeen. He went on to win that by 2. He's going into Hoylake now, where I wouldn't possibly say it's a very much a driving golf course. You know, Tiger, when he won it there, he hardly even used the driver. So I don't know if some of this data with him hitting the driver is going to massively benefit Justin Rose this week, because he might be using either his 3-wood, which he's got set at 16.5. He might lower that, you never know, because of the wind. And he's got this new UTI, which is the TaylorMade kind of utility iron. I think it's ultimate driving distance iron or something along the lines of that. I've not got my hands on one of those just yet. I'm going to leave all the data up on screen for you there for the last bit of this video, just to give you a bit of an idea and let you have a look at it. If you want to screenshot it to break it down, have a look as well, you're more than welcome to. Guys, thanks so much for watching. We had an awesome day down at Trump International, or up at Trump International in Aberdeen. Thank you very much for TaylorMade, and happy birthday to the TaylorMade SLDR driver. You can see there with Justin using the equipment that he's using, he's getting the best out of his game, and when he's playing his best, he's won back-to-back, and he's going into the Open now. He's got to be one of the hot favourites. He really has. He never gets to the top of the hot favourites, but coming back-to-back after 2 wins, I'm sure he's going to be going into there feeling confident, feeling ready, and I'm sure he's going to put in a great performance. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe by clicking the link down below, and you can check out my What's in the Bag with Justin Rose in the window just next door. We've done all the equipment that he's been using as well this last week. Guys, thanks for watching, and we all look forward to seeing you all soon.